let's get into the session. So the session is all about graphic designing. So what we all need to know about graphic designing is the graphic designing is something that you're going to put it in an image form. That is like whatever you have in your brain. You have some visualization, you have some ideas, you're going to communicate with people using the graphic design. I mean, through an image pictorial representation. So you're going to use typography, photography, icons, and illustrations to represent an idea. Okay, yes. So what is the basic role of a graphic designer? They're going to create and combine some images and text to form a visual representation of ideas and messages. So you're going to have lots of ideas and messages, right? So which has been employed in lots of companies. Okay, this is a basic definition of a graphic designing. Let's see what comes next. Okay, fine. So before getting into graphic designing, let me have a quick introduction. I mean, a quick overview about a general learning approach. So myself as a VFX artist as well as a generalist, my learning approach was this is my learning approach. I specially designed it for from my life. So which is I feel like it's quite successful. I'm feeling it successful, this approach. Okay, so this is a path. So I would recommend, like I will tell all of you to follow it. Okay, so first thing is you have to plan your career. So a lot of people doesn't plan their career. They simply go on building the skill, which they end up in. I mean, they don't end up in well. Okay, so so first you have to plan your career. The next thing is you have to build your skill. So it's more important. Once you're done with building your skill, you have to monetize it. So what is monetizing? Monetizing is, you have to make money out of your skill, right? That is what we call monetization. Okay. Yeah. So let's see in detail what these three things are. Please make a note of these steps out here and be very much conscious about this. I think presentation is a problem. There is a presentation problem out there. Okay, fine. The first thing is career planning. So for you out there to plan your career, so there are some 5 points to be considered. So one is like, first of all, you should have an interest in the industry. You have to know what the industry is, what is happening in the industry. So knowing the industry is main. So a lot of people doesn't know how the industry works, and then you know, they end up after getting the job, they say this is not what I wanted actually. So before even getting into a career, make a thorough research about the career you're going to get into it. Okay, so this is what all about the career planning. First, you should have a personal interest. Only if the interest drives you, you're going to be there for the next another 20 or 25 years. So be very much conscious about planning your career. Just in case, don't get into any career. Okay, so you should have a personal interest. You should know the industry. So then you need to know the demand for the job. So whatever you're going to learn, you should have demand. Only then you're going to survive. Otherwise, it's a waste of time and energy, right? So you should find whether your skill is going to be useful in proper ways in the world. Okay. So next thing, the next most important thing is, like, you have to explore the diversity in roles. What is the diversity in roles? What are we going to learn? You have to use it in a multiple purpose way, not in a single constrained way. If you're going to learn some, say, if you're going to become a graphic designer, your job is going to be multi-purposeful. So you have to your opportunities might be a lot of you know, there should be a lot of doorways. You can go in any door, which is going to be a successful one. So there should be a lot of diverse roles in your job. Next thing is you have to choose a role. As a fresher, you need to choose a single role, and then you will have to expand it. So you don't. A lot of people try every roles and then they end up nothing. So always choose a single role and then keep expanding yourself after that once you get into the industry. So yes, this is a basic career plan you have to have. So yes, so you should have an interest in your industry. The most important thing. Next thing is you should know the industry. As I said, you should know what industry looks, how the industry works, what is the what is the procedural, the organizational workflow is happening over there. So those things are usually known after you get into the industry. But my approach is, once you know the thing happening inside the industry, before even you learn, it will be very easy for you. Okay, yes. Next thing is finding market demand for the job. Yes, of course. Next thing, as I said, you have to explore the diversity in the roles. Of course, next you have to choose a role. Okay, yes. Now you'll have your career plan, right? You will you have interest in the industry, and you know how the industry works. The demand of the job is very high. Once there are diverse roles in job, okay, then you have to choose a role. After you're choosing role, the next important thing is you need to build your skill. A skill building is more important in this. Skill building is the only, I mean, it's the very core thing in your career, because skill building is something that you're going to learn out there. Before a few minutes, we talked about career, preparation. Now this one is full and full about learning. So, but this one has quite a very few points. So when to learn? Is it the right time to learn, or and then where to learn? So and then how to learn. So let me explain this. When to learn? Is this the right time for you? What it actually means is when you're going to learn something which is going to be useful, so you should always clear up your mind. You should not have any distraction. So choose the right time, and if the right time meets your you can get to the next thing. So where to learn? So this is also a key thing in your career. So where to learn is, there are 5 things which I consider which one thing in the overall in the market. So the one is the institute for teaching. There are lots of institutes out there teaching things, and then there is online education. When it comes to online education, we have ABN Junction right here. We are doing an excellent online education platform. Next thing is personal tutor. Okay, so next thing is the college educations and self-learning. So we have 5 choices. You have to choose any one. So my personal interest is, my personal recommendation is choosing the 3 thing: online education, personal tutor, and self-learning. So self-learning is something that it is going to come throughout your life. So it is a most essential thing. You need to have the self-learning. Coming to institute and college education, what is my take is they are. I don't think the quality of the people from the institute and college education is good, because they employ the current passed out students. The teaching and the teaching artists over there in institute and college education are very young, and they don't have any experience. Also, they are not updated. That's my take. When it comes to personal tutor is something like when a production artist teaches you. So when someone, a production artist is out there teaching people, is going to explain the current, the current trend, the current technology out there. So the personal tutor is a more important thing. The personal tutor is when the online education meets personal tutor, then you're going to have a bright, learning. So ABN Junction is all about online education, and then we are going to give a personal tutor from well-known, from a well-known industry. Industry people are out there teaching. So yes, fine. So just choose wisely, because this is the right time. You have to choose it. So once you have chosen, the next thing is you're going to learn. So the skill building, the how to learn is like, it is nothing but the learning methodology. So learning methodology is the most important key for a student's career. So the methodology, you don't have to worry about it, because the organization or the tutor that is teaching you will provide you the methodology. So you don't have to worry about it. Only in case if you're going to learn by your own self, then you are going to figure it out. So my recommendation, my view is, initially whenever you are going to be a fresher, so always you need a guru, because only then a guru is someone who gives you a push start. So only that way you don't go for self-learning at the beginning. After after a great push over there, start doing your self-learning. Okay, so your self-research and things. Okay, so yes, now you would have built your skill. Then once your skill is built, you have to monetize it. So how you are going to monetize? So you're done with your learning, and your mind is like full of knowledge, it's overflowing, you're good to go. But how you're going to monetize it? Okay, so monetizing is something that you convert your skill into money. Okay, you have three choices. Either you can go for a full-time salaried job in an organization, or you can become a freelancer out there. Freelancing is nothing but you're not going to office. You're going to put up a system in your home, and then you're going to work for clients remotely. Okay, so this is also freelancing. Also is cool, but in case you don't have projects, you're going to run out of money. So what I suggest is the third one. So both together. So which I personally do every now and then. That is like I'm a full-time salaried employee, as well as I'm a freelancer. During night times, I do freelancing works and earn, extra money. Okay, so this is the important thing. I want you to have clear in this. You should do both these things. Okay, choose the right one. Okay, okay. So the next most important aspect for monetization is the candidate's profile. So what is a candidate's profile? The candidate's profile is nothing but something that shows who you are. Okay, so in olden days and olden things and all, only the qualification, the degree is going to speak for you. But today's world, everything is going to be a skillful job. Okay, skill based. Okay, so in this world, your resume and portfolio is what is going to speak. The portfolio is nothing but your works. Whatever you have learned, whatever the skill you have, you're going to work on it. You should collect all your works together, and then you're going to show the HR, these are my works as a student. Then the HR will be impressed. Okay, you have something. So this is the basic thing. This is the basic way it's happening in the industry. Okay, so portfolio is the most important thing in a candidate's profile. Okay, yes. So yes. So now this is the learning approach I have been following, and I feel successful in this. So let me put the same learning approach in terms of graphic designing industry. Okay, so in graphic designing, you should plan the career. In graphic designing, you're going to build a skill. Of course, you're going to work in graphic designing industry. You're going to monetize it. Okay, yes, the same points for graphic designing. So of course, graphic designing job is it's a cool, interesting job. It's a, like you say, it's a very much interactive and engaging job. You don't feel bored over here. Every day is a new learning. So it's a very interesting job, graphic design is. So this is all you need to know about graphic designing. I'll tell you what a graphic designing industry is going to. Yes. So knowing the graphic design industry. The graphic designing industry is growing very rapidly in a way that it is set to rise in the coming years. So to be clear, almost all the industries, irrespective of graphic designing industries, are using graphic designers. For example, an automobile industry is using graphic designers. A teaching education system is using graphic designers. Many aspects. It's a lot of industries which are not even close to art form are using graphic designers mainly for their visualization and digital marketing purposes. So today's world is all about marketing, and basically it's marketing. So every industry is employing. Even an IT company does. Even all the IT companies are recruiting graphic designers, because every IT company has lots of projects and they have to showcase it. They have to present it. People used to present it. Actually, people used to present it in PPT, but right now, lots of people are employing graphic designers to present in a better quality. So they are employing graphic designers in an IT company. Okay, coming to software, software is the core software for graphic designing is Photoshop and Illustrator. Okay, so Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. There are a lot of other softwares which are like supplementary, but the core thing is Photoshop and Illustrator. Okay, so yes, let us continue with the session. Okay, so okay, the demand for graphic designer is too high, very high. As I said, like every industry is employing graphic designer right now. Not only the graphic designing industry, all other industries, IT, automobile, teaching, many industries are employing graphic designers. Especially today's world, the digital marketing is of high value. The digital marketing collaborates with graphic designing and putting up a huge show. right now. So graphic designing is something that you should look forward. Yes. So as here, this is going to be something interesting for you. So what are the diverse roles as a graphic designer? So when you're going to learn a graphic designing course, when you're going to learn a graphic designing stuffs, so what are the possible ways? What are the possible outcome? What are the possible jobs you're going to get? Okay, so I'll explain you. These are some of the few graphic designing employments. Okay, as when you learn graphic design, you can become a UI designer, you can become an illustrator, as well as visualizer, or a website layout designer, or a 2D game designer. You wouldn't have heard about that 2D game designing and all. Ad designer, advertisement designer, the title designing, as well as VFX matte painting, which is something close to me. Many people won't have idea how graphic design is going to help VFX. I'll explain you that in few minutes. Okay. Yes. UI designing. What is UI designing? UI designing is UI designing is highly employed in many IT companies because they are out creating lots of applications. Okay. You have mobile. Everyone, you have mobile with you, right? So the apps you have, all the apps you have, you see lots of shapes and colors. You see the background and all. Those interface is being done by a graphic designer. We might be thinking, okay, app designing is something that only the coding people do. Not like that. There are two stages in any app designing or web designing thing. One is designing, another one is programming. Developing, they call it developing, design and development. This is what they call. So the design thing is nothing but you design the interface. The graphic designer, the future graphic, you graphic designer, you're going to design this interface. So whatever the app the client is in need, you're going to design it with good colors and shapes, good texts and good temperatures and all. You're going to design the interface, and to make it interactive, like say if I'm going to touch it, it's going to react. That thing is all about the development part. So you don't have to worry about the development, the coding skills and all. As a graphic designer, you're going to put up only those shapes, those colors. You have to make it look like so pleasant, pleasing. So that's your job as a graphic designer. You're going to make this the interface. Yes. So graphic designers employment in UI designing is highly increasing because, as you all know, there are lots and lots of applications are being released every day. Okay, so yes, you can also UI designing employs lots of freelancing works. There are lots of freelancers works are out there doing UI. Yes. So illustrator. What is an illustrator? Some people are more towards artistic. They love to draw. They love to draw things. They love to draw portraits and things. Yes. So when you draw something in a digital form, you call it illustrator. We also call it digital painting and stuff. Clear? Got it? Yes. So these illustrating things are being employed in lots of things for celebrities, promotional videos, promotional stuffs, for a magazine cover, for news headlines. So lots of areas these illustrators are being employed. Yes. The next thing is, you can become a website designer. So the same, like this one is almost very replica of UI designing. UI is for mobile apps, right? This one, web designing, is for websites. All the websites, the background, the text, the shapes and all are created by graphic designer. The same thing, every graphic designer, every people, all the freshers would be thinking that web designs, websites are being created only by the developer. Only when you know coding, you can do this. It is not, it's a myth. Okay. So the thing is, there are two steps. One is, as I said earlier, one is a design, another one is a development. So you have to design it first of all. You have to make shapes out of it, out of the, in your software. And then you have to make it interactive. The interactive thing is done by the developer. So yes. So this the website right now you are seeing is the ABN Junction website. Yes. Please check it out. You have lots of cool stuffs going out there, and I have to say, at this time, the people who are right now in the webinar has got a good a good offer for the courses out there. only for the people out there. They have noted your names, and you can avail the discounts if you are opting to if you're opting to enroll in a course. There are lots of courses out there for graphic designing courses. You have lots of graphic designing courses, web designing courses, marketing, digital marketing as well, VFX courses, editing courses are there. Please do check out abnjunction.com. Fine. The link is provided in the comment box. You can save it for future. Okay, fine. Yeah. So let's get into the next other diverse things. As a game designer, so how what is it like? Say you would not have idea about the game designing. So how a graphic designer is going to get into a game designing? Yes, a 2D game consists of lots of images and backgrounds and characters, right? These characters, these backgrounds, these visual things are being created by a graphic designer, exclusively created by a graphic designer. The moving thing, the movement part, the animations and all is done by an animator. And then the keyboard mapping, when you press space bar, when you press up arrow, the character has to jump. That is being done by developer. Okay, so even this one has design team and development team. So as a design team, you have 2D design game designer. So you can once you are done with your graphic designing, you can even opt for a 2D game designer job, right? So this is what diversity is. This is like say one stone two mango kind of thing. Here you have multiple mangoes, right? Say you're going to learn a single course, and then you're going to choose your destination. You have lots of destination around you. You're going to choose anyone. I want to become I haven't added a thing. You can even become a fashion designer. Today's fashion designing is all about graphic designing. First you have to represent with a graphical thing, and then you're going to make it into production, as well as all. So you have diverse opportunities out there. Please follow. Okay, yes. Next is like ad designing. This one is common. You might have seen lots of ad in websites, ad in the digital as well as in the real world. The banners over there. These are being created by graphic designers. There are lots of companies exclusively doing this. A few examples are like Add2Pro. There is a company called Add2Pro, and lot of companies are there. Even the Amazon has some graphic designers who are exclusively doing Amazon digital marketing designs. Okay, so their vacancy is always huge, because as the customers are increasing in Amazon, they have to increase the the graphic designers, the employers, right? So there still if you go and check out the Amazon website, the careers page, there will be a graphic designing opening for graphic designing. Please check it out. Once you're done with your course, you can always opt them. Yes. Yes. And then next is as a title designer. People are always fascinated about titling and all. So while your class is going, you will be drawing some text and things, right? So you'll make some designs out of text. That thing, you can become a title designer. There are people out there exclusively doing title designer. There are a lot of people, there are lot of graphic designer who does lots of things together. They will do title design as well as ad and all. They will do a lot of things together. But there will be some few people who particularly focuses in a title designing job, who will become, of course, he will become a great title designer. So it is his passion. So there are lots of title designer out there. Lots of directors going to approaching them. Yes. Okay, coming to the VFX thing. In VFX, how graphic design is going to be useful, I'll show you in few minutes. So in VFX, these kind of images, these kind of backgrounds and all are being created in Photoshop. So these images are then converted into a moving shot. So these kind of locations are not even present in the world, that they manipulate, they collect a lot of images, lot of elements from many images and put together in a single image to get this composited output. So this is a Photoshop work later turned into a moving shot by VFX artists. So there is a graphic designer in a VFX company who is being called VFX matte painter. Okay, so it's quite interesting. It's quite close to me, since I am a VFX artist as well as a graphic designer. Yes. So this is the thing these are the some doorways. These are only few doorways. Still there are lots of doorways out there. Please watch it out. Okay, so as some people asked, like few people ask, like what are the softwares used for? Yes, people Shashwat Bansal or ask me like, can you please provide the softwares? Okay, yes. So many people are asking what is the softwares being used. Yes, Photoshop and Illustrator are the core softwares for a graphic designer. So still there are lots of supplementary softwares out there, but these are the the basement thing, the core thing. Even these softwares are even core for all the multimedia visual platforms. As a VFX artist, my base is Photoshop, so these softwares are very easy and user friendly, that you will learn in just a matter of days or weeks. That's it. Please try it out. You'll be more fascinating, and it will get you a job, a more interesting, a passionate, next 20 years going to be some cool guy doing some designs. Yes. Yes. So let's see what Photoshop and Illustrator are. Okay, so Photoshop is a pixel based software, and Illustrator is a vector based. So what are those things? Pixel, I'll show you in the software. So Photoshop is all about creation and editing. Creation is nothing but you're going to create text, you're going to create new layers, new shapes in your software. Editing is you're going to import images inside your software, and you're going to edit it. So that's creation and editing. But where in Illustrator you're going to only create it. Okay, so I'll show you some. I'll open the software and I'll explain you some few steps. Okay. Just let's hold up. I'm opening the software. Okay, so as you all can see.
Yes, Nitya, screen is visible.
Visible, right? Oh, fine. So okay, so this is how Photoshop is going to look when you open for the first time. Okay, so Photoshop as well Illustrator, both the softwares almost look the same. So 80 to 90% of the interface is same. At the left side of the software, you have these tools. These are the tools you're going to work. I mean, you're going to use it to create the exciting stuff. So you have some brushes going there. You have some markers. Each and every in the graphic designing course, each and every tools will be explained to you exclusively, so you can always try it out. These are the menu items, as in all softwares. They have lots of effects and stuffs going out here. You'll use it whenever you want. Okay, then you will have this area is a property column. The right side of the software is a property areas. So you'll have all the properties of your brushes, properties of your your tools and all. It's going to be visible here. This is a brush properties of your text, the font and all the properties will be visible here. Okay, another important thing is the layers. The layers is Photoshop and Illustrator both are layer based software. What is a layer? You create something and you give a color. So this is the black is here, right? Let me create a new layer. So yes, black is at the top, right? The white is below. So the layer is as how it looks over here. So the layer, the one that is below goes down. The one above in this layer goes above in the display. The same if I'm going to put this down, and I'm swapping this. Okay, this is how the layer based compositing works. Yes, so the layer is more important. Because this one right now, what I'm showing is very a fundamental thing. Once you're going to get into graphic designing, you will have lots of 50 to 60 layers you'll be having. You have to work very carefully. Yes. Okay, so there are lots of cool stuffs going through the softwares. So you can always have, can create some cool stuffs. There are lots of, let me show a simple trick. What you can always look for. A fun thing is we're going to create something, some cool designs out there like this. So I've created a solid, a black solid. I'm going to add a stroke. Let me add a white stroke. Yes. So there is a cool thing called transform. A sequential transform. Like you press Control Alt and T, then you scale it, you rotate it. Yes. So now if you're going to press Control Alt Shift and T, it's going to create a pattern of what I did few minutes back. So this is a kind of small trick. So you can easily create it. So this is a small thing. Okay, so these are some fancy things out there in Photoshop. You can easily do and stuff. Okay, let me show about the VFX thing. Before showing a VFX stuff, I'll show you a VFX work for which Photoshop is being employed. I'll show you. Can you see my window, VLC player?
No.
Okay, let me. It's okay.
Guys, be interactive. If you have any doubts, you can just ask him. Use the comment box.
Okay.
Ask
Okay.
your doubts to him.
Okay. Can you see the VLC player now?
Yes, Nitin.
Okay. I'll explain you this short VFX. I did it like a few days back. This is a CG work done by me. So there is a spider walking through the road. So initially the shot has lots of vehicles going around. So the concept is like as the quarantine steps in, I just want to make sure there are no vehicles running around in the road. So I just want to remove it first at first place. So for the removing, I need to go to Photoshop. That's where Photoshop is used in VFX. I'll show how I removed it. I'll try to remove 2 or 3 cars for you. I'll show how it works. Okay. So this is the thing. The entire thing I'll show you guys. So yes, this is where Photoshop comes in. These are my CG works. Okay, fine. Yeah. So this is a short clip. So for which I used Photoshop. I'll show you how it works. How I removed those cars, I'll show you right away. Yes. So is my Photoshop window visible?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So yeah, so this is the original footage. I took a single image from the footage and then I erased everything like this. This is this complete erase. This paint out is done in Photoshop. So how do you do this? Many people might know. The thing is like you have a cool tool called clone stamp tool. Okay, so this clone stamp tool, what it does is it paints out. You can erase it whatever you want using the sources nearby. So I'll try to paint it out for you. So I'll create a new layer. So how it actually works is, so I'm going. This is a tool from you can take it from the toolbox here. The tool is named as clone stamp tool. Take it. I'm going to reduce the size of the brush. The first thing is I'm going to press Alt and then I'm going to take a source. I'm going to take this source. I'm going to paste this source on this car. Okay, so I'm going to hold the Alt key and click. So now the source is coming along with your brush. So now paint it over here. So my opacity is set to 25. I'll increase my opacity. So please follow. I'm clicking my Alt here, and then releasing my Alt. I'm going and painting over this. So can everyone follow this? Yes, yeah. But this is the way Photoshop is being used extensively in movies, VFX. Right? This is a cool thing. So see how I did it in a single, say, not even like 3 or 4 minutes. I did this. No, you can't. You can do it. There are some options for it, but the thing is, the quality differs. If you do by every single car, you will precisely choose and you will erase it. Like if I'm going to choose, if I'm going to erase this, say I will precisely choose my source and I'll erase it. Wherein when you're going to do it automatically, the software is going to choose for its own self, and then you will miss lots of details. Okay, this truck is a little tricky because it leaves lots of artifacts and noises, which we will have to fix it. We'll have to bring that source, and then we'll have to paint it over here. We'll try to make look a little good. Right? Not bad. Still need some. Okay, fine. Yeah. So this is what we did in few minutes. So this is what we did in few minutes. So which I used it in the post processing in the video. I used this image, and then I tracked it. This is how it works in VFX. Also, there is a possibility you can import videos into Photoshop, and then you can paint out the wires. Like the VFX action films and all, they employ lots of wire. For the action shots, the stuntman will be wired, and then they will do some action. The wire should be removed in the post processing. So how they do? So lots of wire removal processes are being done in Photoshop. They import videos inside Photoshop and then they correct it. So let me tell you how to import a video inside Photoshop and do some cool stuff. Okay, first of all, I'll create a new layer. Yes. So create a new layer with a HD format. Because my video is a HD format video. So there is an option called, if you go in File and Import, there is an option called Video Frames to Layers. You just click in. So there is this video. So go and navigate your video and click OK. You have this video going here, right? Okay. Once you're done with selecting the range, these two things are, you're going to select the range. Once you have selected the range, click OK. So the entire video is going to get into your Photoshop. So to work with video, you need to have timeline. Go to window. I'll pop up the timeline. So this is the timeline here. So if you play, the video is playing in Photoshop. There's a play button over here. Okay. So at the end of this particular trick, I'll tell you how to make some cool animation in Photoshop and how to export it as a GIF. Okay, so you all would have heard of GIFs, right? GIF images. So I'll tell you how to import a video. So now you have known how to import a video. I'll make a cool animation, a small animation in a few minutes, and then I'll export it as a GIF. Okay, so so you have, these are what you call it as frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these things are frames. I'm going to the first frame. So you see your first frame's eye is on. So go to the second frame. Second is on. 3, 4, 5. The layers. You just look at the layer while I navigate through those things. Okay. Okay. So the first frame, like I'm going to take. Okay. So I'm going to take a brush. So for the layer 7, I'm going to draw something like this. So I'll choose some color. So he's doing some action with his hand. I'll make a small dot here. I'll go to the 8th frame. I'm going to the 8th layer. I'll do some animation over here. I'll go to the 9th frame. I'm going to the 9th layer as well. I'll do this. 10. Then I'll do this. 11. 11. I'll do this. 12. 12. I'll do this. 13th frame. Go to the 13th layer. A small paint. 14th frame. 14th layer. I'll do a small thing. 15th. 15. Yes. 16. 16. Yes. So can you guys follow this? Just a small trick. It'll be over in just a few seconds. Please kindly follow. Cool stuff. Everyone can do this. If you want this particular effect, I'll post it to you guys. Okay, so you can follow. You can do it for yourself. .28th frame. Go to the 28th layer. Make some movement. So I'm just adding a single stroke. You can add as many strokes as you want to look more beautiful than this, and beautify this. Okay, enough for this. Let's see how it actually works. Okay, let's play this and see how it actually works. So can you see this? Okay, so actually I've imported all the footages. So this is the output. This is a cool thing. I can do a small animation in Photoshop itself. These are some of the cool things in Photoshop. So let's see how to export this as a GIF. Okay, fine. So in order to export it as a GIF, you have this thing called you have to export for web, and then this window is going to pop up. So set it to GIF, and then you can save it. Yes, it will ask like where you want to save it. I will save it in a desktop. I'll name it as dance GIF. I'll save it. Okay. Yes, now I have saved it. I'll open it right now. Yes. It's visible. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Fine. This work is done just within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you can add as many as strokes as you want and make it look a more fantastic. So there are lots. This effect is right now it's a trending one. A lot of people are using to do this. So this can be done in many softwares. I've just explained it how to do it in Photoshop. So I just wanted to explain you that Photoshop is like diverse. It has lots and lots of the diverse options. Not only for image, you can work on video itself for some animation and visual effects processes. Yes, that's the thing that I want to explain it. Okay. Yes, we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, the software for video editing. Okay, the video editing softwares are, there are few professional video editing softwares out there. Avid, FCP, Premiere Pro. These are the three softwares. They are in the market right now, doing professional editing. How do we animate in PS? We just did it few seconds back. Animation is done in Adobe Animator. Yes, of course, it is done in Adobe Animate. I'm just telling you how it could be done in Photoshop itself. A few things and how to export it as a GIF. That's what we did it. Yes. So what was that big spider you were making run on the road? Okay, that was a few minutes back. Okay. Okay, explanation about hue, color, saturation, color values. It is a complete, in-depth concept, which we can't explain it right now. So once you are into the course, we will have a brief knowledge about it. The faculties over here, we will teach you the old things. What's HP format? Okay, what is HP? There is no format like HP format. Okay, so I don't think there is a format called HP format. There is a JPEG format for images. This GIF, HP, I don't think so. Something new. So what's the version? So this is 2019 version. So there is 2020 out there. So you can even try it out. What should we learn first, Illustrator or Photoshop? It is purely based on your choice. If for Arnav Raj, his question is, what should we learn first, either Illustrator or Photoshop? The answer is you can learn either of this one. It completely depends on your choice. So if you want to become creative part, if you want to become do some creation things, you can always opt for Illustrator. So if you want to become, if you're more towards photography and the image editing process, like designing ads and all, you can get into Photoshop. So there is no problem starting either one of these. You can start any one based on your interest. Okay, what kind of graphic card do you require for VFX? Like for VFX, you'll have some pretty decent one, not say a 2 GB, minimum of 2 GB graphic card. Like that's enough. Whatever 2 GB graphic card in the market, that's enough for starting it. If you want to go more advanced, you'll have to upgrade it. Tips to remove Adobe stock watermark from the EPS file. So to remove watermark is like the few minutes back what we done to remove those cars. The same method you have to do removing the watermark. Okay. So you have to select the source, and then you have to use the clone stamp tool, and then you will remove the watermark. Okay, is it necessary to be very creative to be a graphic designer? This question is a very tricky one. Of course, creativity is a key thing. But you'll have two parts. Before becoming a graphic designer, you'll be very creative. After becoming a graphic designer, your creativity will be in the technical aspect. Whoever the client is, he is going to be the creative one. He will have the ideas, and you're going to implement it for them. So your technical creativity will be the key thing when you become a graphic designer. Before you become a graphic designer, your portfolio, you're going to prepare your portfolio, right? That's where your artistic creativity is going to fall. Okay, once you're into the working, your client is what they're going to imagine it. So you're going to visualize their imagination. See so you'll have your technical creativity is what that is going to help you in after you become a graphic designer. Yes. Is graphics tablet required to master Illustrator? Yes. You will be as a beginner, you don't need. When you're going to be a professional, when you fix that, like you're going to be a graphic designing professional in future, a pen tablet will be a graphic tablet is will be more helpful for you, uh, which you can always look for. You can buy. There are a lot of cheap pen tabs in the industry. The market, you can buy it. You can opt for. What things done in After Effects to making 2D animation? Okay, After Effects is it's a VFX topic. We will see in some other webinar related to After Effects, right? Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Welcome. How can design the logo can be for interiors designer? Logo designing is not a specific. It is not as you can't separate it like for a specific genre. It is always the idea that the company is behind. So you have to see the idea of what company is, what company is going to deliver, what the quality is, and then what is the interest of the company, and then you will have to make something out of it. Like say, it doesn't have to do with interiors or something. Okay, which laptop? Okay, that's technical part. Laptops with a decent graphic card will do. Let's explain about masks. Masks and clipping mask are a way to. It will take some time, so you can look at in the course. Can you use PS for 3D work? Yes, actually, 3D is being given in the Photoshop. But the thing is, there are a lot of other 3D mastering softwares like Maya, Blender, and all. So you can always go for those softwares for 3D. Photoshop's 3D is good, but not up to it won't give you 100% quality as the other softwares like Maya and Cinema 4D, Blender, as those softwares give. So you can always go look out for the 3D softwares for 3D purposes. Photoshop is completely based for 2D. Okay, 2D. Yes. Let's see. Okay, so as we see, once you're done with your graphic design course, you will have your complete your skills built, right? So once your skills are built, now you need to monetize your skill. That is, you need to make money out of your skill. The skills is like we will take care of the skill wherever you're going to learn. Possibly, there are lots of things going. Okay. So yes. So you need to monetize your skill. So how to monetize it? Like say, the portfolio is the only thing that speaks here in this industry. Not even not only graphic design, in all art form industries, only the portfolio speaks here. Not your degree, not your qualification, not your what state you are, what language you speak. Those things are secondary. The most important, the most thing is your portfolio. Portfolio is the only thing that speaks. Yes. So always try to create a better portfolio. Keep learning. Keep creating portfolios. Always save your portfolios. Don't miss them. Try to make it more quality. Yes. Thank you. Thanks for the session. I hope you would have learned something about graphic designing, how Photoshop and Illustrator contributes to graphic designing. This is a basic. This is a fundamental webinar about graphic designing, which might be helpful for you. So please, for any questions, you can always put it in the comment box.
Guys, you have a special offer for the full course on graphic design. It is going to be like from scratch to advanced level. The courses are in both Tamil and English. You can opt for whichever language you are comfortable with. Like you can opt for a full course for 12 weeks. You'll be learning Photoshop and Illustrator on a whole, like from scratch to advanced level. It's a career development program. I'll share you the links. People who are really interested, contact me before Friday midnight. This offer is going to end before Friday midnight. So you can contact any of the admins in the group, or you can mail us at abnjunction@gmail.com. So we'll help you out, and we will send you the coupon codes to avail the offer.
Yes.
So I'll just paste the course and other our social media links. You can just follow us over there. Course is actually for like 12,000 rupees, but you guys have a really very good offer. Like you'll be getting it for like 1,999. So you guys can just contact the admins. You will have a special offer to all the guys who have attended this webinar today. Okay, guys, take care. Good night. See you all. Thank you so much. Bye.